Attention all activity providers, let me introduce you to the official sponsor of the Start, Grow, Scale podcast. Meet Pebble, the award-winning platform that will help you manage your admin and streamline your day-to-day business, freeing up your time to focus on what you love, running your fantastic activities for children. Why choose Pebble? It's simple. Fast setup, intuitive platform, and hands-on customer success team ready to spend less time on admin and more time on creating incredible classes. Visit bookpebble.co.uk and join a community of over 1,000 activity providers today. Quote the code CHRISSY24 when joining to get your first month on the platform for free. A children's activity expert here in the UK, working with providers across the globe to help them start, grow and scale their children's activity business by unlocking their potential to maximize their income so they get to do what they love. I'm so excited to talk to you today about how to maximize your time to maximize your sales. That's right. Recently, I hosted this webinar for Pebble and we had such a great session that I thought, right, I need to bring this to a podcast to spread the word. So when I opened up the webinar, I told everyone that I did not have a fancy presentation for everyone today, because for me to do that would have meant I would have been spending a good few hours creating this presentation on Canva with my fancy branding and assets and photographs, instead of spending time on making money and the sales in my business. I decided that people were more interested in what I had to say and they actually just wanted to learn from me. And if that meant me talking face to camera, that was completely fine, because they just want to learn, take action and implement into their business. The presentation I started out on the webinar with was around making money, because money is a dirty word in the children's activity sector. We don't like to talk about the fact that there is providers out there right now not making any money, not making enough money to pay themselves. Money seems to be a dirty word. And if we are to have a big impact on children's lives, which is what all children's activity providers want. They want to make a difference. They want to help families. They want to work with children. Then they've got to make money. They have to make money so they can get paid to do what they love. And the only way they can grow their business is by making money. So I told everyone on the session I was going to be talking about money a lot, because money is what's going to drive you forward and is going to enable you to invest back in your business. So the reality right now for many children's activity providers, and I have had literally two in the last 2 days, have messaged me to tell me they are not making any money. People fall into this camp. They are either not making any money at all, some of them are making money but are not enough to pay themselves, or they're making money and a profit and they want to scale it. Those are the three camps that I see providers falling into all the time. Now, you will know which camp you fall into. And like I told everyone on the webinar, I don't want to embarrass anyone about that, but those are the facts. It may seem like it's all rosy out there, but it's not. There's many providers struggling. And that makes me sad, because I know everyone has the potential to have a really successful business. And I know they could have a profitable business if they just used their time more effectively and had a strategy. So the first thing you've got to start with is your goals. It's your business goals, your financial goals, your personal goals. When I was at a conference recently for a franchise network, I asked in the room, and there was about 20 plus franchisees in there who had financial goals, and only one person raised their hand. That is a typical pattern from the providers that I work with and the conferences that I attend. People are just happy to either bob along, and that's fine if you want to be a bobber, because you've heard my other podcasts about that. But if you really want a successful business, you've got to have goals. And today I'm only going to talk about the financial goals, because those are the ones that, it's all about making sales. And you need to be setting out what those goals are for the year. Be it if it's, £20,000, £30,000, £50,000, £100,000, whatever it is, you need a financial goal that you can work towards, that then you can break down into monthly blocks, and then you can go even further and break it down into weekly blocks. So once you've done that, then you'll know what offers you have and what you can be selling, okay? And there's obviously different ways you can make money. Birthday parties, holiday clubs, after school clubs, workshops, all different ways that you can make money out there. And you want to be breaking it down into targets. So if you know that your target for the month is to earn £2,000, for example, how many birthday parties do you need to deliver in order to hit that target? So my advice is you get a sales tracker on the go, a spreadsheet, which has your projections and your actuals mapped out for the whole year. So you have a plan, so you know what each month is looking like in terms of the sales that you need to hit. That becomes your work plan for the month. Break it down into week activities and daily activities. So if it's break your week into my delivery, here's my admin, here's the time I'm spending on marketing, get that all into a calendar so you can see how much time it's taking up per week. And then what's left is what you have in order to work on your business, be it 1 hour a day, 2 hours a day, 2 hours a week. I know what it's like. Your time is limited because you're either on school runs or nursery runs. You have to be realistic with the time you have. Otherwise, you'll become overwhelmed and you do nothing. So if you only have 5 hours per week to spare, prioritize the things that are going to move the business forward. Use time blocking for the big jobs. And if you have small gaps like 30 minutes, use the short, snappy tasks that you need to get done. Now, audience growth is something you need to prioritize in your business every single day. How am I going to grow my audience so I have people to sell to in the future? So many providers that I work with have very small audiences. If you have a small audience, then you only have a small number of people to sell to. Logic tells you you've got to grow your audience if you want more sales. Think about how you can do that. Can you get on a podcast? Can you run paid ads? Can you speak in a parent forum? Could you do a webinar? Could you ask your existing customers to refer you? What can you do to grow your audience? And then you need to look at all your marketing activity that you're going to do for each month. On your socials, on your emails, flyers, whatever it is, you need to stick to a plan. And if you're spending lots of time on marketing and advertising in your business, think about how you can use your delivery to market your business. This will save you so much time. Look at repurposing your core content. Get a system in place like my Market Like a Popstar program teaches you. Sit down and look at what's happened from the past week and use that as stories that you could be telling for the coming week. Get into 3 columns of your marketing. What's working, what's not working, and what have you not tried before? And double down on what's working. Stop wasting time on socials if your audience doesn't hang out there, and automate where you can. Use the tech. Then you want to be getting into the sales, allocating time to do the sales, follow up with inquiries, posting groups to bubble leads to the tops, get into conversations. Conversations lead to sales. And I can guarantee if you outreach to 100 people every single day, you will make more sales. Do not go on social media and scroll. If you love to scroll, do that in your own time. That's your hobby. Be intentional when you go on social media. You're going on to start a conversation, build a relationship, build trust. Too many providers waste time scrolling and then they claim they have no time. Ultimately, when you're planning out your daily, your weekly, your monthly activities, ask yourself, if I spend time on this, will it make me money? Will it get me one step further to my goal? If the answer's no, then don't do it. I know we all love to do the things that we like to do, the nice things, the things that we find easy, but we waste so much time. Don't get distracted by shiny disco balls. Okay, if you've got ideas coming into your head, put them in a notepad. We have to weigh up the pros and cons of everything we do and where we spend our time every single day. We have limited time and money, so spend it in the right places. So here's a little recap of what you could be doing in your business right now to maximize your time, to maximize your sales. Go away, set the financial goals for the year, break them down into months. Look at what offers you have on right now, this month, and what do you need to sell. Break that down into specifics. Get obsessed with getting in front of your ideal customer to grow your audience. List out the marketing activity that you could be doing straight away. Block the time in your diary to do sales activity. Be more realistic with the time you have available and do activities that generate sales, not the stuff you like to do. Do this and you will make more sales. If you've loved today's podcast, I would love it if you would subscribe, review, share with a friend, and I cannot wait to get stuck into another topic with you very, very soon. Bye for now.